What's going on, everybody, and welcome to another episode of BSP's Blocked List presented by Couch Guys Sports. I know I said no more schedule delays, no more this, no more that, and it's just been delay after change, but a lot of things have happened. There's a lot going on. I wasn't expecting the Celtics to go to 7 games, so I wasn't expecting to have to move the show, but as usual, we make it work. And we are outside for this episode because it is beautiful fall weather in Boston right now, and why not? I mean, the lighting's a little weird, so you're gonna have to make do. There's probably gonna be some street noise, but it's just too nice out for me to not be sitting outside before it starts to get cold and yucky and snowy. So without further ado, we got a lot to talk about this week. Let's get going. Starting with our biggest story of the week, the Celtics have eliminated the Toronto Raptors in a 7-game series that went to 7 games when it really probably shouldn't have. But they knock off the defending champs. They are moving on to the Eastern Conference Finals against Miami, which should be exciting because we all know Jimmy Butler's a hothead. Marcus Smart and Jimmy Butler don't really get along when they're on the court together. They like to, for lack of a better term, try to beat the shit out of each other. So it's going to be an exciting series, and hopefully Gordon Hayward is going to be back. He already is out of his bubble quarantine, and he was shooting around before Game 7, which was a very encouraging sign, especially when you consider the severity of his injury, I guess, a grade 3 sprain. When you think of sprains, maybe it's just me. I don't really think that they're all that big of a deal, and apparently in this phase of a sprain, things are torn. I don't know, but all hope is that he's going to be back for this series, which I believe is going to be necessary if the Celtics want to beat the Heat. I think he would be the right person to guard Bam Adebayo, who is a problem for the Heat. Obviously Jimmy Butler, but I would say Bam is probably the Heat's best player. So having a big guy like Hayward be able to take that responsibility would be, important, and not having him would be a little bit of an issue. I had to break out the wine for this next segment because while I am excited for Patriots football to be back, I am not excited because Gunner Olszewski is going to be starting this season on IR, which after the camp that he had and all of the great things that we've heard, that he's improved so much and everything, this foot injury that sidelined him now for this past week in camp or in practice, and now the first 3 weeks of the season, I'm not happy about it. And I saw, I believe it was Jeff Howe said that a source said that he's probably going to return for the rest of the season after the 3 weeks are up, which probably, I need more than that. I need a definitive answer. I don't want probablys. I want, he's going to be fine after 3 games when he's allowed to come back, because now, because of Corona, instead of it being 8 games that the player has to miss in order to come back from IR, it's 3. I guess is one of the only good things Corona has done for sports. Is I like it. I think it gives them a better option to bring people back, whatever. But Damian Harris and Gunner starting the season on IR after spending all of camp getting excited about what they can bring to this offense in their second year, it's kind of a bummer. It's a real big bummer, actually. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. It sucks. It really sucks. I think, especially Damian Harris, he is going to play a big part in this offense this year, and I thought it would be, his coming out party week 1 against Miami, but we're gonna have to wait 3 weeks. Well, 3 games, technically 4 weeks before we see him. Same thing with Gunner. It sucks. But the Pats have a kicker. It's Nick Folk. No Justin Rohr, whatever his name is, Rohr Wasser or something. I don't know. I don't really care. I don't even think he's gonna come off the practice squad once. So Nick Folk, yeah, we got a kicker. And for our weekly Red Sox update, they still stink. Bobby Dahlbeck does not, but he is on the Red Sox. So it's like that transitive property where like the Red Sox suck, but he doesn't, but he's on the Red Sox. So like in turn, he sucks. In all, honesty though, he's hit a home run in like every single one of the games he's played for the Sox. And he's only been up in the majors for all of 10 days, maybe 14. It's incredible what the kid's doing, and it's exciting to watch because he was one of those prospects where you were a little hesitant because the last few prospects that the Sox have brought up haven't really panned out. I don't want to throw Andrew Benintendi in that, but it looks like that is the direction we're heading. I'm still gonna reserve judgment on that one. I'm gonna let all of the people that like to talk shit about him to me say that, but I'm not gonna. It's exciting to watch Bobby Dahlbeck do what he's doing. It's exciting to watch Rafael Devers has been on a hot streak lately. JD Martinez has not. He's about as cold could get right now. He probably has freezer burn at this point. I don't know. If we're being completely honest, I haven't watched a ton of Red Sox games recently just because there are better things I could be doing with my time than watch this team lose like 15-4 against the Toronto Blue Jays or whoever. Like, I can think of so many other things I could be doing with my time. And it sucks because I love the Red Sox. And for my block story of the week, it's a Tuukka Rask story again, and I said I can't wait until I am not talking about him anymore, but it just seems like it's inevitable at this point. I promise next week I'm not gonna. I'm gonna, even if there's a story, I'm gonna not talk about it because I'm so tired of examining this whole thing. So Fluto Shinzawa of The Athletic posted an article saying that Tuukka Rask plans on fulfilling the rest of his contract with the Boston Bruins. There's no indication that he's going to retire early or request a trade, try to buy himself out, whatever the hell he could possibly do. It's just not going to happen. He's going to come back and he's going to play for the Bruins for the rest of his contract, which is, if I am not mistaken, it's just next season, and then he's a free agent. So, which is great. It's great. I'm happy about it. You always, are excited when you're Vezina finalist trophy, whatever, however you want to say it, Vezina trophy finalist trophy, whatever. It's great when you see news like that after opting out and after dealing with whatever he dealt with, whether you believe it or not, that he's planning on coming back, he's planning on playing with his team, and that betters your chances at a run for the cup right there. It doesn't matter, who else is in front of him. Just having him in net betters your chances at making a run for the Stanley Cup again. With that being said, it is really, really annoying to see all the Tuukka haters get angry about this, which, I know there are people that don't like him, that don't think he's good, that don't want him as the goalie of the Bruins, and that's completely fine. But I didn't like him for the longest time. I'll be the first person to admit it. I used to talk shit about Tuukka Rask like it was going out of style, and then 2017 rolled around and he was consistently great. 2018, same thing, and I put my foot in my mouth and I ate my crow and I apologized for saying the things that I said about him, because he was just playing at a level that, to me personally, was so far ahead from what he had done in the past. And if I can do that, I am the most stubborn person on the face of this earth, and I can rattle off 10 names right off the bat that would agree with you, or agree with me. But if I can do that, if I could admit that the things I was saying was wrong, I had bad takes, I was wrong about a player, that I feel like everybody else can too. And when it comes to Tuukka Rask, I don't know if it's just I don't know what it is, but there's no reason to not be happy that he's planning on fulfilling his contract. If you want the Bruins to win the Stanley Cup, you need him. There's no, Jarl Halak is a good number 2, but I think you saw in the last round of the playoffs that he's not even close to where Tuukka's at. And if I had to choose, like I said, I would want my Vezina goalie to be the starting goalie for this team come playoff time. If you're not happy that I don't know what to tell you. Maybe you'll get lucky, and if there's a loophole in his no trade clause or whatever, they'll boot him, or he will go to Seattle in the expansion draft, which is like almost impossible, I think, when you read the fine print of his contract. Maybe if you're just a Tuukka Rask hater, that's like the things you pray about at night. You write, little letters to Santa about it. Lucky stars, and like say your prayers and whatever. I don't know, whatever the hell you do, maybe that's what you wish for, but it's kind of dumb. I can think of 1,000,001 different things that you could be wishing for that don't have to do with that. But with that being said, Tuukka Rask haters, like, I know I used to be one of them. I'm like a born again when it comes to this. I just feel like it's tired at this point. There's no reason for it at this point. Sure, he has some bad games. Sure, you may not agree with him opting out, but like, whatever. No, we're never going to know the real story about that. To not be excited that he plans on playing his final year with the Bruins on this contract, like, that, it's just stupid to me. I don't know. And for our Who's Mad of the Week, cheers to all the Toronto Raptor fans that were in my mentions for this past series, that were upset about the officiating, as if the Celtics did not get as well in certain games, specifically Game 6. To say that the refs favor Boston, like, what planet do you, I know Canada is like a little different up there than it is here. What planet are you on? What are you smoking? Are you spiking your wine? Are you putting vodka in there so you're extra drunk, extra fast? Like, in what world? I need to know. In what world do the refs ever favor a Boston team? Want them to win? I feel like I'm repeating myself. I could just cut this segment from like 3 shows ago when I was talking about this with the Bruins and just put it to this, and I would save my breath and I wouldn't have to say it again. But what planet are you on where you think any officiating crew ever favors a Boston team, let alone one that has Tony brothers on it, which we all know how that goes. The Celtics are like 2-13 or 3-13 when he refs playoff games for them. Scott Foster, who actually I didn't think Game 7 officiating was that bad with Scott Foster on that officiating crew, which I guess there's a first time for everything. But Game 6, if you're going to try to tell me that the refs were pulling for Boston in that series, after watching Game 6, I'm going to tell you you're smoking crack or something, or you just need to, like, I don't know. I'm not going to say mean things. I could say things that are so mean and inappropriate, and I'd probably lose my show. I'm not going to do that. The people that cry in my mentions, I hope you guys, like, understand that. I just think you're hysterical. Like, you're coming directly at me, calling players dirty and officiating goes your way, blah, blah, blah. Like, I have anything to do with it, first of all. I am not affiliated with the Boston Celtics. I am not affiliated with the National Basketball Association, nor their officials. And yet, opposing fans come cry to me about everything under the sun, like I have something to do with it, which, like, I guess comes with the territory and whatever, and I talk shit, and I probably deserve, people coming back at my neck, and that's fine, I don't care. But it's hysterical to me when you people whine to me, and then when I, like, kick back, you're like, whoa, like, it's, it's just a game, no reason to be a bitch, blah, blah, blah. Like, the hell do you expect? So, who's mad of the week? Who's mad of the last, like, month goes to every fan base that thinks the officials favor Boston. So we are giving another shout out to the Carolina Hurricanes fans, a little special group of Toronto Lightning fans, Toronto Lightning. See, I've got Toronto on the brain. Tampa Lightning fans who, despite winning that series, still had things to bitch about. I don't know. That's beyond me. And then the Toronto Raptors fans who, like, I guess it, you know, if you're a fan of the Leafs and you're a fan of the Raptors, like, it kind of makes sense that you act like a whiny baby about stuff like that, because I don't know, whatever. You got Nick Nurse as a coach, who's probably the biggest crybaby I've ever seen as a coach. Like, I've never seen somebody look like they're actually about to bawl their eyes out on the sidelines, crying for calls and no calls, like Nick Nurse in that series. And I don't know, I don't watch Raptors games unless they play the Celtics, so I don't know if that's what he's usually like. I didn't watch the NBA Finals last year because I really just genuinely did not give two shits about who won. So I guess I would have learned that way. But for a guy who's coach of the year, I don't know. Cries a lot. Whatever. That's the new NBA, I guess. Maybe I was born in the wrong generation and I needed the NBA where you literally could beat the shit out of people and not get called for a foul. I don't know. But that's who's mad. So I look forward to repeating myself for like the 4th week in a row next week, when I am talking about Miami Heat fans and probably Miami Dolphins fans, because I can only imagine it's week 1 and I'm already seeing things that Belichick is cheating because he's elevating people from the practice squad, like blah, blah, blah. So I have no doubts in my mind that I am going to see some things on Sunday afternoon from Dolphins fans crying about Bill Belichick and the Pats are doing what the Pats do and they're cheating and whatever. It's an exhausting storyline. Like, there's got to be more. There's got to be more you can talk about than cheating and the Patriots. But game 1, no Gunner. But Cam Newton, guys. We get to watch Cam Newton play for the Patriots this afternoon, and it's so exciting. I can't wait. I have, you know, a good feeling about this guy and what he can do with this offense. And what he can do for this offense. I think he is going to be a nice mobile component to adapt to the new offense that we're seeing throughout the league, obviously with Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson and mobile quarterbacks everywhere. With Tom Brady, we didn't see that. Obviously, he's slower than a snail and stuck in molasses. But it's going to be cool. It's going to be cool to see a new offense. I think we're going to get a variation of what Josh McDaniels tried to do with Tim Tebow way back when. Feels like forever ago. I'm excited. So that's episode 8 or 9. I really need to start looking before I start recording at what episode number we're on, but it's whatever. Pats football's back. That's all that matters. So next Friday, I will be recording. We're going to go back to a normal schedule. I'm going to do football previews on Saturdays. That's going to be the majority of the show since we're now in football season. But I promise, no more schedule changes. It's just, life has just been crazy the last few weeks, that's all. But as always, BSP's block list on Twitter. Eastern Conference Finals. Pats are back. No more Bruins, no more, Red Sox still suck. But 2 very exciting things to take up the void that they are leaving. And it's going to be, we're in for a good season, I think. I think it's going to be better than what everybody expects. So I'll see you guys next weekend. Go Pats, go C's, and always keep that block button handy. You never know when you're going to need it.